Hi, I'm Arkansas Treasurer of State Dennis Milligan. I'd like to welcome Arkansans to visit our office in the state capitol to view the Arkansas Military Veterans Hall of Fame. This display features 105 Arkansans who served our state and nation with distinction and represent a small fraction of those who served us all. Thank you for watching as we honor one of them now.
First Lieutenant Donald Woods Holman, deceased. Accepting his medallion tonight is his wife and widow, Margaret Lofgreen. First Lieutenant Holman was born in England, Arkansas. He served with the U.S. Army in Vietnam. His awards include the Silver Star Medal for Gallantry in Action, the Bronze Star Medal for Exceptionally Meritorious Combat Achievement, and the Purple Heart Medal. Donald Holman was raised in England, Arkansas, where he graduated from high school. He graduated in 1968 from the Arkansas State University. Through the university's ROTC program, Holman received a U.S. Army commission as a second lieutenant in the Armor Branch. After attending the U.S. Army Armor School at Fort Knox, Kentucky, he was deployed to Vietnam and subsequently to the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment. In the northern part of South Vietnam, I Corps, the enemy was the North Vietnamese Vietnam Army, not the Viet Cong. The North Vietnamese were well-trained and highly disciplined troops. At the time, the U.S. Army policy was after 6 months in the field, frontline officers were normally transferred to safer duty stations in the rear areas. Lieutenant Holman refused to go to the rear when his time on the line was up, rather choosing to remain with his platoon. On March 10, 1970, while serving as a platoon leader, Lieutenant Holman led a reaction force into an area of enemy contact. As he reached the area, Lieutenant Holman formed his platoon on line and began an assault upon the well-concealed enemy positions. Seeing that one of the platoon vehicles in the assault line had been stopped by a rocket-propelled grenade, injuring the crew, Lieutenant Holman immediately interposed his tank between the wounded men and the enemy fire. As the wounded were being evacuated, Lieutenant Holman's vehicle was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade, causing the turret to burst into flames and trapping one of the crew. Warning his driver of the impending danger, Lieutenant Holman exposed himself to the enemy fire in order to place accurate suppressive fire upon the enemy with his machine gun. In spite of the intense fire and the enemy rounds, Lieutenant Holman held his position, effectively suppressing the enemy's advance until his crew could evacuate the vehicle and the trapped man could be freed. Lieutenant Holman was then mortally wounded by the hostile fire. First Lieutenant Holman's actions were in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service and reflect great credit upon himself.